Welcome to today's video where we are going to do a palette bingo using the Cosmic Beauty Winter and Wonderland and Serenity palettes. And I'm so freaking excited for you guys to see this look. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Heather Eaglin. I love all things makeup, especially colorful makeup and indie brands. If you guys love those things too, I really hope you will subscribe and click the little bell so you can be notified of all my future uploads. In case I didn't already mention it, I wanted to do a palette bingo with my two favorite palettes from Cosmic Brushes, now known as Cosmic Beauty. So I picked out the Wonderland palette, the Winter Wonderland palette, and the Serenity palette. These are freaking stunning. I have 5 of the 6 palettes that she's released. I don't have the first one and it's no longer being sold, but I really loved the Winter Wonderland palette as much as I love the Serenity. Both of these palettes are absolutely stunning, but I think the newest, the Winter Wonderland, is my absolute favorite. I'm so happy to have it in my collection, and I just thought it would be a great idea to do a bingo with these palettes. So let's start with the Winter Wonderland palette. For this one, I got shade number 17, which is the beautiful cobalt blue shimmer shade. It's called Chill. So stunning. Next, I got shade number 6, which is the shade Cold, and it is this beautiful blurple shade. I really love it so much. And then I also got shade number 11, which is a duochrome in the palette. It's the shade called Solstice. It is so freaking pretty. It's one of my favorites in the palette. It might be a multi-chrome. I can't really remember. It looks like it is one, but I could be wrong. It could also be a duochrome. Next, we have the Serenity palette. This was my favorite release up until the newest. I really love this palette still. It was one of my favorite purchases from last year. Both of these palettes will restock, she said, in the beginning of January. I will keep you guys updated on my community tab. So the first shade I got was shade number 14, which is the shade Lagoon. It's like an emerald green shade. Absolutely beautiful. These 4 together would be such a pretty eye look. And then I got shade number 18, which is the shade Make-A-Wish. It's a pastel purple down here at the bottom. And then I got shade number 3, which is this beautiful shade called Sherbet, I think it says, or Sorbet. I think it's Sorbet, but it's shade number 3 in the palette. So pretty. I really love this color story. I'll show you guys a better look at it before we start the look, but I think it's unexpected and I'm excited to see what I come up with. Starting out with my Singe Beauty EL1, I'm going to go into the shade Sorbet, and I'm just going to pick that up on my brush and place that in the inner corner, add a little brightness. I'm just basically placing that down where I'm going to keep that color, and I just want to get everything laid down where I want it, and then I will go back in and start blending. I really love the pastels that she has in both of these palettes. I think they are absolutely beautiful. She has one of my favorite formulas in my whole collection. Using my Sigma E54 medium sweeper brush, I'm going into that blurple shade. It's called Cold in the palette, and I'm just picking that up on my brush and placing that where I want this color to be. Again, I'm just packing that on and trying to blend it out as I go. I'm trying to get the shape that I want my eye look to be. Now going in with a medium blending brush. I haven't added any extra product. This one's from BH Cosmetics, but as always, any will work. I'm just trying to blend out that purple shade before I go in with the pastel purple after this. I just want the blend to be smooth as possible, especially for it to be such a deeper shade. But now I'm going in and I'm adding a little bit more of that color to just try to deepen it up and blend it out as I go. Using my Sigma E38 diffused crease, I'm going back into the Serenity palette and I'm picking up the shade Make-A-Wish, which is the pastel purple, and I'm just using that to really blend out that deeper shade and get it smooth. I love blending eyeshadows. I might make it harder than what it needs to be, but it's my favorite part of doing my makeup, so I have no regrets here. Now going back in with that medium blending brush from BH Cosmetics, I'm going back into the shade Cold, and I'm just picking up a little bit of the pigment to put it in my crease and try to darken up the crease a little bit more, a whole lot more. Who am I kidding? I don't know why I always say a little bit more. It annoys me when I watch my videos back, so if it annoys you, I am so sorry. Also, I wanted to say my new Singe Beauty brushes will be here on Monday. I'm so freaking excited. I can't wait. I even bought like their own little brush divider. I'm just so happy to try out the face brushes. Now I'm going in with a really small blending brush. This is one from Singe Beauty. It is the EO2, and I'm picking up more of the shade Cold. And it's just a smaller brush. It's a little more dense, so it deepens up the shadow perfectly, all while blending it out. And now going back in with my Sigma E38 diffuse crease, I am picking up more of that pastel purple, and I'm just using that to blend on the very edges of that deeper shade. And I'm so proud at how well I blended this eye look. Now I'm going back in with the medium blending brush and I'm just deepening up that crease a little bit more. I'm almost happy with it now, but I really love this color combination. There's something about purples and yellows and greens and yellows that just make me so happy. They're such a fun color combination. One of my absolute favorites. With a small smudging brush, this one is from Do Color, I'm going back into the Serenity palette and I'm picking up the shade Lagoon. This is such a pretty emerald green shade, but I'm just pressing that on my lower lash line and I'm trying to blend it out as I go. I really love this green with that blurple blue. It's so freaking stunning. Using my Singe Beauty EO4, I'm going back into the shade Sorbet, and I'm just going to use this like lime green to blend out the emerald green shade, and I also used it on the inner corner of my lower lash line. I really love this color combination. Makeup bingos are really fun, and it's a good way to do your makeup differently than you typically do. If you guys haven't tried it, I highly recommend that you check it out. Now I'm just going back in with a little more of that shade Lagoon, which was the emerald green. I decided I wanted to just take it in the lower lash line towards the inner corner a little more. It didn't fade in right, so I went back in with that shade. Now I'm going back into the shade Cold, and I'm using my smallest Singe Beauty brush, which is the EO5. It's a teeny tiny blending brush, the smallest one I have in my collection, and you can see how much darker it really made that outer corner. Using that same Do Color smudging brush, I'm going into the shade Lagoon. I decided to add a little bit of this to the inner corner of my crease and make it fade into that darker blue, and I think that was a freaking great idea because it made it look so much more bright. Now I'm going in with my NYX glitter glue, and I'm just going to place that all over my lid. I recently bought the Unearthly Cosmetics Glitter Grasp, and I haven't used it on camera yet, but I've used it a few times off camera, and I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a great product, and I highly recommend it. It helps with the longevity of your shimmers, keeps you from getting fallout, and it makes them so much more impactful. It's totally worth it. Now, using that same BH Cosmetics brush, I'm going into the shade Chill. This is such a beautiful duochrome. It's like a cobalt blue to a deep purple. It is beautiful, but I am just placing that on the outer portion of my lid. And now I'm going into the shade Winter Solstice. This is a multichrome, and Winter Solstice describes it perfectly. It's like a blue to teal to gold and pink. It is the most beautiful multichrome that I have in my whole entire collection. That shade alone makes the whole palette worth it. And honestly, the quality of these shimmers are outstanding, and so are the mattes. And I cannot believe that her palettes are $30 when we would pay from any other brand $80 for this palette so easily. But here is the finished look. I freaking love it so much. You know me, I like a darker outer corner, so I'm going in with a pencil brush, and I'm adding a little black. It's called In the Moment in this palette. I wanted to show you guys the finished look before I added anything to it, but because I didn't want to cheat, but I guess I am still kind of cheating because I'm adding this shade. But you know me, I really love them dark outer corners, and you could see, I think it made the look so much better, and I'm excited for you guys to see it up close. And here comes the best part. And let me just go ahead and say before I show you the up close look, if you guys recreate this, please tag me in it on Instagram. My name is the same, but here it is. This eye look is freaking stunning, and I'm so happy that I did this makeup bingo. The liner that I'm using in this look is ColourPop, and it's in the shade Electric Daisy. I think this might be my favorite makeup bingo yet. My lip combo that I'm wearing is the Lunar Beauty lipstick in the shade Icon, the Unearthly Cosmetics lip liner in the shade Khaki. On my cheeks, I am wearing the Complex Culture blush duo in the shades Spiced Up and Be Content. And for highlighter, I'm wearing the shade Rebirth from the Resurgence highlighting duo that was done in collaboration with Heather Austin. Be sure to leave me a comment down below and tell me how you feel about this look. And if you watched it all the way till the end, then leave me emojis that represent a winter solstice. Thank you guys so much for your continued support on my videos. I love reading your comments. I really appreciate you guys so freaking much. And thank you again for watching this video all the way to the end. Leave me a thumbs up on your way out, and until next time, bye.